Good morning, everyone. So good to see you all, and welcome back again to the XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Hawk, for the next remainder of this challenge, which ends on next Friday. And I'm starting to see a few of you guys pop up in the chat. Thanks again for joining. We've got Antonio, we've got Cindy, Kathleen. Be sure to keep chatting, and I'll be checking in with you guys a little bit later. So we've got a really fun one today. This is probably my favorite one out of our whole 2-week challenge. So if there's one that you definitely want to do, it's today. So I'll go ahead and jump right in. We're on the Behance landing page for the challenge. So just behance.net/challenge/XD. And we're running from this past Tuesday until next Friday. But again, if you are just now starting, you're a little bit late, don't worry about it at all. You can still download the UI kit and each of our previous day's challenges if you want to start a little bit late. No worry about that. So how does it work? There's not really any specific winners or prizes. It's really just for you to sharpen your skills and get feedback from myself and all of the other mentors, and have a really nice portfolio piece at the end of this. So each day after you register with this big blue button, you'll receive a new challenge, either in this Creative Cloud app drop down up here, or you can come back here to see all of the challenges below. And be sure you're logged into Discord. We want to keep engaged and you can get feedback. The link's up here. I'll be in Discord checking you guys' work. You can share your screenshots or links from Behance if you want. And be sure to come back here every day at 11:30 for a daily live show. See how to get started and ask me questions if you have any. And lastly, we want to make sure that you share your work. And in order to get feedback from myself and the other mentors, you need to have the keyword XD Daily Challenge on Behance. Otherwise, I won't be able to find it, so make sure you do that. And below, if you're new here, this is where all of the challenges will be. And each day will unlock a new one. So you can see we've got the dates up here, and this is where all of the prompts will show up on each day. Right now, these are locked. So the first one we did was the home screen. And then we did some icons and buttons. And yesterday we worked on some voice triggers, and this is all for a music creation app. So we're trying to build components and elements to create a whole design system at the end of these 2 weeks. Today we're going to be working on keyboard triggers. I'll get into that in a little bit, but go ahead and download this, the UI kit that I mentioned. So when you click this button, it takes you to the Dropbox, and you just say download, direct download, it'll start downloading. And I've got a bunch of elements, icons, and buttons that you can just go ahead and grab if you want to get started. So let's go ahead and jump right into Discord, see what's going on there. If you guys aren't already logged in here, be sure you make an account. The account, if you are not logged in, is discordapp.com/invite/Adobe XD. And again, introduce yourself in the introduction channel. All of the different channels are over here. We've got the daily challenge one. This is another place that you can find all of the prompts. This is the one for today. We've got the design feedback channel where you can post some screenshots. Everyone's been posting all of your prototypes and your links to Behance. These are all looking great. So be sure to check that out. All of the mentors are over here, and it'll say if we're online, if we have the green. If not, it'll be yellow or red. We've got some mentors or moderators, and then the rest of you down here. So be sure to check out Discord. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into the challenge today. So again, this one I think is my favorite. We're gonna be doing keyboard triggers. So use keyboard triggers to design and prototype an interactive experience for making musical notes. So since we're doing a whole music app, I thought it'd be fun to have a sort of piano, since obviously our keyboard is going to be the keys. And this is one of the relatively new releases that XD has had. So I'm going to use a few keys, just A, S, D, F, and those will be my triggers for creating actual notes in the app. So be your own DJ. We're going to use keyboard triggers to design and prototype an interactive experience for making musical notes. Choose a few keys on your keyboard, A, S, D, F for instance, to let your user create your own custom beats. So like I mentioned, this is a music app. Feel free to download this UI kit. I've got some avatars, some typography, some different colors, some icons, and I even started a homepage for you. We've got a bunch of buttons and forms and waveforms and such, some logos. So I got a bunch of stuff in this kit for you guys to get started with, but definitely try to make it your own. You know, if you're just starting and you just want to kind of copy and paste and follow along with what I'm doing, that's totally fine too. But if you want to try to push yourself and make a really great piece for your portfolio, I would encourage you to try to, you know, make it your own, make your own icons and such. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've got a few artboards laid out here. So what I want to do is I want to have a before I press the button, so that's not going to be have anything on it. I'm going to have a during when I press the button, and then an after. So I've got A, the A key / note, the S key / note, D, F, and G. So I think I'm going to make a piano with some keys. So it's gonna be, we had to do it vertical because you can't really, we would have like 2 keys if we did it the other way. So I'm just gonna make a few little notes here. Again, we can't have like the whole keyboard, but maybe like 10 or so. So I'm gonna make a little line here. That's way too small. We need to keep in mind like what the size of people's fingers are on like an iPhone 10 or 6 or whatever. So I'm gonna do a little bit bigger, maybe like that big. Yeah, move these over a little bit, make those a little smaller, and I think I'll make the border like that color. And then I'll add a few of the sharp keys. I'm not a musical person, you guys, so let me know if I'm wrong, but don't be too harsh. But I think these go on like in between each of the notes. So I think this is right. So I'm just gonna copy and paste a few over, and then I'll copy and paste these, like right here. Okay, so we have like, what, 10 or so notes? That's, I think, just what I'm gonna work with. Since we're doing the piano, I wanna have an indication that we are on that instrument. So I'm just gonna add that in the top left, up here. And then I'm gonna make a space for the actual like notes so we can see, okay, what we just pressed, what we're gonna press next. So these will be, I think there's 5. Again, I'm not a musical person, but this is what I think it would look like. This is where all the notes will go. And I'll make this a little bit darker. I'll do a repeat grid except going down this time, so I think 5 will do the trick. Yeah, that looks good. Make this a little bit lighter, and I'll go ahead and group all of those together. Maybe a tad smaller. Turn responsive off. And just make that a little shorter. Okay, so now we can start. Now we can start adding a few more elements. Let's add a indicator of like how long we've done in our song. So let's say you can choose like, okay, I want a 30-second song, or I want a 2-minute song. So this is where this indicator will be. I'll make this about 10 width, and then I'm gonna copy and paste a smaller one to put inside. And this will be purple so that I know, okay, we're this far along, and make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab, let's see, gonna grab this one, I guess. Yeah. This will be our like play and pause, so we can just like listen to it afterwards. Need to make these a little darker. Let's make these the dark purple, a little lighter, and a bit smaller. need to widen that corner radius. Okay, so the first one, like I mentioned, this is before we pressed anything. So I'm actually gonna copy and paste this onto the second one, and this is what it will look like once we've already pressed something. So I'm actually gonna delete that. This one will stay blank, and then I'm gonna copy the note up here and just put it right here. So like, okay, this is what it'll look like once we press the A key on our own keyboard. And that will be pressed. And then I am going to add one of the keys should look like it's pressed too. So I'll make this purple. And I'll send it behind. I'm gonna group all of these so I don't have to keep sending it behind all of those. So just right click, bring to front. Okay, so now it looks like that one is pressed. So what I'm gonna do to link those two, I'm gonna go over to the prototype tab, and then I need to drag. It doesn't really matter where you're dragging this from since we're using the keyboard anyway, so they can really touch anywhere on the screen, but I'm gonna use the trigger, keys, and gamepad, and then you can press any key to assign it. I'm just gonna say A, and everything else looks good, ease out 0.3. And then we need something after, so let's go back to the design tab. I'm gonna copy and paste all of that. So after we've like lifted up on the keyboard, we need it to look like normal. So we'll get rid of the purple and we will make this, let's do like the navy color. Okay, so this should look like blank, and then once we press, it'll be purple. Once we lift up off the key, it'll be back to black. So let's go ahead and test this out. Make this widescreen. There we go. That worked perfectly. Very quick, but if we add a few more notes, we will start to see it populating a bit more. So let's continue with that. We're gonna copy and paste. We're gonna do S this time. So I'm gonna make another note, maybe like up here. It would make more sense if you would actually do like on your keyboard the actual notes corresponding with the actual whatever it is on the piano, but I don't know what those are. Like this could be D, this could be C, I have no idea. So we're just gonna make it S since it's right next to A on the keyboard. So again, we need to make this purple, and we need to copy and paste this purple note and put it behind. Let's just put it right here. Let's say that's S. And bring this to front. And then let's go over to prototype. Let's see what we got. We need to drag this over here and make another keys and gamepad, and we're gonna say S. Great. Let's go back over to design. We're gonna copy and paste that. And then we're gonna remove the purple, just like we did before, and make this like the navy color. Great. So again, that should be before, during pressing, and after. So let's go ahead and test this out again. Should start to see it kind of looking more like we're actually playing piano. So I'll press A, timeout, S, and then the time brings it to a new, oh, I don't know if I mentioned that. So when I'm going from pressing to not pressing, what I'm doing there in prototype mode is I have a time trigger. So I just press this drop down and I say time, and I'm just doing a delay of 0.4 seconds with an ease out of 3, so it looks a little more like not as abrupt. So I'm gonna continue this. Let's go back to the design tab. I'm gonna copy all of this and paste it. This time we're gonna add this tiny little note. Gonna add this guy and make it a little bit smaller. Bring it to like right here, let's say. And then again, we're gonna drag the slider a little bit more to indicate that the song has gone on a little bit longer. And then I'll put this like over here and bring these to the front. And I need to make this note purple because it's being pressed. And then let's make the after of that. So after would be no purple and no key being pressed. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with F, just for the sake of time. And this one we're doing, again, if anyone knows what this one's called, the double note, maybe? Oh wait, I shouldn't have gotten rid of that. Any musical people in the chat? I have no idea what this is. Okay. And let's make this purple. And again, let's copy and paste this note. Let's bring it over here and bring these to the front. This might seem kind of repetitive, but this is like exactly what you would be doing if you really want to prototype something and see like all of the notes, how it would react when the user is actually pressing all of them. Drag that a little longer. And then for off, or like releasing on that note, we would make this dark again and get rid of that purple. So let's go over into prototype mode. Let's see, we've got the trigger as keys in gamepad. We set it to F, that looks great. And then we can press on this one. We just need another time trigger, so the delay should be 0.4. I think we've got enough here that we can test it out and just see if it looks like we're actually playing a piano. So let's start with A. I'm just gonna make this our home page for right now, so we always know that it will start there. Make this full screen. So I'm gonna press A, S, D. Oh, looks like something's not working with the D. Let's go back to prototype mode. I'll press Command A to, oh, yeah, see how we've got all of the links on the other page, but on D we don't. So we need to drag this down. Keys and gamepad, and what was this? This was D. Okay, let's do that again. Press play, and we'll expand it. So we'll press A, S, D, F. Awesome. Okay, that looks pretty good. So you guys get the idea. You could make like a whole musical song with this, adding a bunch of notes. It might take a little bit more time, but you get the idea. So I think we're good. Let's see. Yeah, I had G over here, but we're just gonna do 4. So I encourage you guys to try this as well. You don't have to do piano if you don't want to. I have, you know, a bunch of other instruments over here. You could try like the drum, or you could try a trumpet or a maraca. I don't know how you would do the maraca actually, but so see if you can try another instrument too. But this one is a really fun one because you can see it in real time right away. It's like you're actually playing the piano. So I encourage you guys to try this. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Okay, I think I'm done here. I'm gonna save, Command S, or you can just go up to File, Save As. And I'm gonna go ahead and share this to Behance. So instead of sharing like a ton of pages like I did previously, I'm just gonna take one of these. I think I'll take the last one. So go back over to Design. I'll copy that one, bring it over to my artboard, group them, paste it there. And then I've just got a few notes here just to explain what's going on. Choosing your instrument, and then the triggers, we used A, S, D, F there, and playing the triggers back with this, play and pause. And the keyboard triggers are, of course, the keys. Let's move this a little bit down. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and export this and share it on my Behance. So I've already started a Behance page. You guys might have seen it. Let's go to that. So if I go back to my profile, these are all my projects. I've got the Daily Creative Challenge page right here, so I can just click Edit. Let me get rid of this. I've got a header. I encourage you to make a little header, a little description so everyone knows what the project is even about. Add some colors. And then below we've got the challenge day 1, day 2, which was the buttons and icons, and day 3, which was search with voice. So we used voice as the trigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my media right here. So I need to go to File, Export, and selected. So make sure your artboard is selected. If you just have like one element or one rectangle selected, then it will only export that, not the whole thing. So File, Export, Selected, because we just want this one page, not all of the other ones. Day 4, and we're gonna save this as a PNG and as web, and then export. Okay, and let's make sure that's in my Finder. Go to my export folder, and I encourage you guys to always make, when you're starting a new project, have a folder with, you know, your whole, like this is my daily creative challenge folder. I've got my icons from the icon day. I've got miscellaneous, and then all my project files are here. And then I've got a whole folder just for the exports. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert the media. You just hover right over and upload the 2x1. So it's a little higher quality. That's all that means. Okay, that looks pretty good. And someone yesterday was asking about how do I make these look like it's all one page. So all you do is obviously make the background on your artboard the same color, but also you can go into Edit Styles and Layout, and then just change the spacing. So you can see it's adding some spacing in between those. I actually want no header. Save. Let's go ahead and save this. And then the main thing is that we want to go into settings, and we want to make this discoverable because I want feedback from you guys. So we go into this tab. Make sure you add the XD Daily Challenge keyword right here. You can add some others like UI, UX, mobile, music. And in the basic info tab, I have under the creative fields, these are just different ways that you can find the project, UI and UX, interaction design, and then I have icon design. So since I've got the XD Daily Creative Challenge keyword, I'll go ahead and press save. And I think I want to see what other ones are out there, what you guys are making. So let's see, I already searched this keyword. I think I saw this one the other day. This is a new one by Sean Lester Wilson. Let's see. Oh wow, this is awesome. You've been working on every single day's challenge. Great job, Sean. Let's see what we got. So for the challenge day 1, oh my gosh. Look at, oh, you even did a dark mode. I love this. Challenge day 2. Wow, you put a lot of work into this. This looks amazing. Playback, some slides, some toggles, some select, input. Day 3. I'm excited to see what you come up for today's challenge. Oh, you used the feather icons. That was one of my suggestions for, this is one of my favorite places to get icons. They're free and open source, so you don't have to worry about any copyright. Let's try this prototype. Let's see. Oh, dark mode, nice. We can go to instruments. Okay, let's see. Where do I click next? Oh wow, Sean, this looks amazing. Good job. Okay. Wow, nice job. Well, okay, I only have time for one today, unfortunately, but for the rest of you, be sure to submit your designs in the Discord app under the Daily Feedback Challenge, or channel rather. And I'll be checking that throughout the day, and be sure to add it to Behance with the XD Daily Creative Challenge keyword, and I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. So that's it for this week, but I'll still be back next week at our regular time, 11:30. Thanks guys so much for watching, and be sure to stay tuned. In about 5 minutes, we've got Talon on next, and he's going to be talking about XD. Bye guys, have a good weekend.